In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty, mighty, mighty Angel Snub Nub 7. I am also your soul brother, number 1. Before we get to our subject matter, I would like to exercise within this moment 3 announcements that I would like for you to think about as we continue into this broadcast. I first would like to thank all of those who have given and continue to give to my medical fundraiser. I am so much appreciative, so thankful to you that you would reach out and give your little dollars and dimes to help your brother during his time of need. And surely this is a time of need. If I continue doing well, I expect maybe returning to work, maybe in April, May or April, the latest probably June. I actually look forward to getting back on the road and just being out there doing what I was doing. At this time, I really enjoy what I do. I thank you so much that you would help me during this period of time. I'm always having ups and I'm always having downs. So far, this week, I haven't had a lot of pain or nothing to that effect, and I feel good, but just because you feel good does not mean that your ailment has gone anywhere. It's gone away. There are many people who have left the hospital feeling good, and as in the case of my uncle, he was leaving the hospital in a wheelchair, and he passed right there in the wheelchair. Didn't even make it to the cab. He was getting ready to go home. So feeling good does not mean anything when you're suffering certain ailments. I want to send a shout out to my honorary soul brother, Brother Nicholas, and my sister, soul sister Ingrid, for being some of the greatest supporters. And I had to mention them because they've gone well beyond the call of duty, and I thank them so much. It's wonderful. I thank everybody, whether it was $1 or 50 cents or whatever. I thank you so much because I had nothing, and you are actually really helping me deal with these expenses that I did not know I would have to deal with. All of a sudden, I had just taken myself out of credit card debt. Took me 13 years. I didn't even get a chance to enjoy being debt-free. Then I learned of this ailment and these problems, and now I'm going right back into the hole again. But if I can recover by April or May because of your help, brothers and sisters, soul brothers and sisters, and regardless of your race, because on this platform, there is no color. You either got soul or you don't. You either righteous or you're unrighteous. I'm not tripping off your skin color, because there are those who are not considered black. They have been with their brother probably since, 2008, 2009, go long way back. So they understand where I'm coming from. I'm not a racist, and I don't hate none of that kind of thing. They just see a man who wants freedom, justice, and equality for all. But of course, I would hope to bring this message, and those of whom are top priority or my first priority should be the ones that I come from. So how can I help others if I cannot help myself? So I would like for these, the once called Negro, born in America, the descendants of slaves, I would like for us to do better, a whole lot better. And of course, we have the most realistic option, the best solution coming from this platform, whether they like it or not. Now, we're going to talk about that in just a second. But again, a shout out to my honorary soul brother, Nicholas, and our sister Ingrid. And Sister Ingrid, I would hope that I will see you here in person when you get time and come back on this platform. And I would hope for you not to experience the things that you had to go through in your first invitation and your first experience being among those here. I would hope that we can avoid that type of environment, because I know that you love soul brothers and sisters. You love your brother Angel Snubbing Up 7, and your heart is really sincere in that you want to change, and you see that the real solution is coming from this platform. Now, the only thing we have to do is get people on board the soul train. Now, second announcement is just a simple thank you for all those who support our soul sister, Noble Levine, in her writing called God is on Trial, a book authored by her name, Alberta Parrish. God is on Trial. I want to thank Astral Boo Baby for his wonderful review of her works. And even if it's not favorable, we would like to hear any review of the book, as long as it's civil and it sticks to the point of what is said in the book, rather than this Hebrew Israelite brother, because he does know me personally, and he sort of thinks that he knows Alberta Parrish. He wrote a book review and gotten personal, so we had to respond, because we know that he's influenced by Hebrew Israelite teachings, and I don't think we really got on his case about his own personal self. We just stayed true to the book and those teachings that he claims that he believes in. And also, finally, December the 7th, 2020, I would like for you to join me in the box, not in the chat room. There are 10 seats available. StreamYard allows 10 people to come on the platform. So instead of listening to your brother just in the chat, you can still, no, well, I don't think you can talk once you come into the box. I think, because I don't see it. I'm a guest in the chat rooms, and unless you put up another tab, you can still chat in the chat room. But once you come into the box, StreamYard won't allow you to communicate with the actual video when it's on YouTube. So, but I still would like to fill those boxes, all 10 of those boxes, on December the 7th, 2020. It's on a Monday, 4:30 p.m. That's 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I would think that would be like 2:30 on the East Coast, because I'm behind the East Coast. I mean, the West Coast is behind like 2 hours. So it would be like 2:30 West Coast time. It would be 5:30 East and 4:30 p.m. Central. That's how it goes, I believe. That's how it rolls. So the topic is take our destiny in our own hands. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. That's your real solution. And that is what the Mississippi campaign is all about. Taking your destiny in your own hands. Don't worry about who's going to win the election or who won the election between Trump and Biden, or who's voting for what, or what somebody is doing, and blah, blah. Take your destiny in your own hands. Use the resources that, as a religion said, you've been blessed with, and go for it. Use your brain. I say that the only solution and the most realistic option that we could take is what we call the Mississippi campaign. Because within the Mississippi campaign, whatever you have to offer, you can put it within the campaign. There's room enough for all of it. The economic program of the Nation of Islam, whatever the Moorish Science Temple has to offer, the Hebrew Israelite, all of it can go. Just put it under one umbrella. The Mississippi campaign is that umbrella, and you push it forward. There's plenty of room on the train for everybody. But see, that means you have accomplished unity, and you don't want that. We want to talk about the Mississippi campaign. We want to talk about this just for a second. Hold on a second. Now, about 2 years ago, a wonderful thing was happening and had happened on this platform, which I thought was beautiful, and it was beautiful, and it can be beautiful. And that was, I brought together brothers and sisters to this platform so that we could converse and throw ideas and just have camaraderie, brother and sisterhood among us. And I brought, of course, my brother from another mother, soul brother Taalik, and brother Maurice Muhammad, and then came our soul brother Craig, African Supremacy, and then through him I was introduced to this brother Guy Nollywood, and then prior to him I've known brother Maurice Muhammad since at least 2013, and later on towards the end I mentioned her in my medical fundraiser, our sister, soul sister Ingrid. Now, somewhere in that time period, around, I would say February or March, I think it was February of 2018, I was speaking with soul brother Taalik, and we was just kicking things around, just talking or whatever, normal. And I said to him, if we had real leadership, we could take over a state. And then the state of Mississippi came up. It did not come up because my people or I was from the state of Mississippi. I'm looking at states of which we could take advantage of with the least path of resistance. And Mississippi being a poverty-stricken state, nobody cares about a state impoverished. A lot of the state is us, over 70%, 90% somewhere. We are the ones who populate that poverty-stricken state. And I said, for those reasons, it's a possibility if we did it right, we could take control of that state if we had real leadership. And we based that, and I based that upon the activities of our ancestors, because many people think they make mockery of the Mississippi campaign trying to get to me. Then they turn around and talk about the ancestors this. The ancestors was doing the Mississippi campaign naturally as they were stretching out, learning and being the people that they were in the South. They had no choice, living under Jim Crow. So they were using their political power to take control of certain things which benefit themselves in those areas because they were the majority of the population. And the enemy saw all this going on, the success that our ancestors was having, and they knew it was just a matter of time. These ex-slaves would turn around and take over these areas. So there was a campaign to terrorize them, which drove them, which divided them all up, caused many of us to run to the East Coast and to the North and to the West and break up the momentum that our people was doing naturally. As a people, that's what they was doing in the South. They was doing these things. So when you say that the Mississippi campaign is a pipe dream, it's not a pipe dream. The people was already doing it way back then. The only thing now is that I put a name on it and it's still the same strategy, gonna do the same thing that they was doing. So to make mockery of the Mississippi campaign is to make mockery of the ancestors that you actually know, that some of us are related to. We're not talking about what happened in Africa 50,000 years ago, what happened in Egypt 5,000 years ago or whatever. We're talking about what we can actually have an understanding of, because many of those people are still alive right now. And that's what they were struggling for. That's what they was doing in the South. Am I correct? Are they still alive right now? No, many of them are perished, or any of them. I guess they would be 100 and some. Well, some of them still may be alive, those during that period of time. Is it possible? I don't know. I don't think so. But that's what our people was doing. Had nothing to do with me. I wasn't around. I see what was going on. The only difference now is that I put a name on it. And you don't like the fact that it come from this rostrum, this platform, because you know this platform is not pro-black. You know this platform is not based in any kind of religion. So there is bias and prejudice against the idea simply because it's not Pan-African. It didn't come from it's not Pan-African. It's not Kemetic. It's not Nation of Islam. It's not supposed to be, our people was not none of those things. They was just being themselves, trying to survive. Had nothing to do with religion. You did not hear, well, we're the Christians and we're doing this, and we're the Muslims. It was just a people struggling to find their place in this crap. Had nothing to do with any religious anything. And the Mississippi campaign has nothing to do with religion. It's just trying to find your place in the world. That's all, just like our ancestors was doing. But we want to add our own personal religion and ideology. That's not how it works. And on top of that, you must understand, I guess you don't understand, the people are not going to accept that. We are too diverse to say we're going to fall under Pan-Africanism or Christianity. We are too diverse in 2020. You need something that has none of those, not founded or based on none of those things. I just want to survive. I don't want your religion. I don't want your ideology. I just want to live. I just want to eat and make it in this place and get the benefits I'm supposed to have, but I don't get as a citizen of this country. That's all. I don't want all this other extra baggage that you want to bring me. And see, that's the problem. You need something that can inspire the people to do what is in their best interest. So you need something that you can package where all the 40 million plus can participate. They don't have to worry. They trying to be slick. They trying to make a Muslim out of me. They trying to make a Pan-African out of me. They trying to make a Christian out of me. They should not have that stress on them. They should be able to be able to work with something, and they know it has nothing to do with the hatred of the white man or anybody. I'm just trying to get mine because mine was not given to me, so I'm going to use with all the tools that's available to me in order to get what I should have anyway. No more, no less. And I'm not trying to hurt nobody, because when you raise Mississippi, whoever live in Mississippi going to benefit regardless of their race. It has nothing to do, well, we're going to kick all the white people out of Mississippi. No. It's not that. It has nothing to do with those things. Matter of fact, you do it right. Whoever is in Mississippi will be happy to help because they want their state to do better. They don't want to be living in an impoverished state. They want their state to be the best that it can be. Only a fool would want to do otherwise. And if that's the type of attitude they have, maybe they will move as you be successful. Maybe they'll move and get the hell away from you so that we can go and do what we have to do. Get them out the way. Because that's not what it's about. So in 2018, the people, the audience, saw something beautiful happening. All these different ideas and different people it's getting along and saying what they want to say. Beautiful thing. All I saw was wonderful comments. This is a great thing. Beautiful. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But you know, as they say in religion, and it's not religion, it's something in the human psyche, especially the once called Negro psyche. Something in us, when things going right, when things are good for our best interest, we become our worst enemy. So the first thing that happened was when Brother Maurice decided to change the direction of the Mississippi campaign to a direction that I did not want and I never suggested. And he wanted to make the Mississippi campaign more like the Black conscious Nation of Islam, Pan-African, whatever you want to call it. And that's not what the Mississippi campaign was never about. But that's what he wanted. Now, I've never had a problem with Brother Maurice wanting to do that. I never had a problem with that. I had a problem with Brother Maurice using the same name, because if you use the same name, people are going to think it's all of it, that what I'm talking about is all the same thing. You need to use a different name to show that you are influenced by the Mississippi campaign, but you're doing something a little bit different. And he did not want to do that. He wanted to use the same original name, and you can't do that when you're different. So when he speaks and says that which the Mississippi campaign does not, it does not represent, there's a problem here, because people are going to ask me, is that how I feel? No, that's not how I feel. That's not the original. That's not the original idea. It has nothing to do with that. Because the Mississippi campaign has nothing to do with your personal wants. That's a personal want. You don't want to live around white people. You don't want to live around homosexuals. You don't want to live around interracial. That's your own personal. The Mississippi campaign has nothing to do with that. And we released a wonderful promo video by our brother Omar Shabazz from Shabazz Productions, giving you the basic foundation of what the Mississippi campaign is about. And people still lie. They still lie. In religion, it talks about how the devil raises his ugly head. Now, this is the beginning of something nasty. And it's not a devil. It's just something within the psyche of the human being. I told you again, a lot of people do not want to embrace the Mississippi campaign because it did not come from their Kemetic teachers. It did not come from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad or the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan or the Pan-Africanism. It didn't come from those sources. So it's not acceptable. But that's your personal want. This has nothing to do with my personal want. This has something to do with what is in the best interest of us as a people. I have no interest in trying to shove my personal want on you. I don't have to tell you're black. You're black every day. I don't have to tell you to be proud of this. And that's not what it's about. You have all this pride, but don't have nothing to be proud about. So we want to build something. We want to get something so that we can be proud and that we can live in a manner so that we can have a safe haven, a place where we can call our own in this place. Out of 52 states, we should be able to have at least one that we can call our own. A place that we can go as a safe haven. A place that we can build and show our skills. You a god and a goddess and a king and a queen, we'll prove it. Take your skills and take this desert and make it a utopia. Take this desert called Mississippi and make it a utopia. Once you take control of it, you can change the laws. It don't even have to be Mississippi no more. You can change it to whatever you feel like it. Because you run the show now. You took it and took it from a poverty-stricken state and you made it wealthy, and you have friendships in all walks of life and all the things that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teach. So you still, Mississippi campaign is still right on time with the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. Whatever the Kemetics have to offer, you just put it all under one umbrella. What you've done is you have unified yourself. The problem is we have that little devil in us, and we don't want unity. This is the perfect time. You have the perfect platform, the perfect idea. Everything has fallen for you, but you have you're selfish and you're arrogant in yourself. That little thing in you that you talk about you don't want to be a Negro and you want to go ahead and do better things. You want to polish this diamond. You are diamond in the rough. You want to do better, but that Negro is in you and it won't let you do better. So I had a problem with Brother Maurice keeping the name Mississippi campaign the way that it was, because you need to show a difference. If you're going to be different, then you need to do something. You need to have a different name. You cannot use that name because that's not what that name represents. It don't represent those things. That's your own personal wants. And Mississippi campaign is not about nobody's personal want. You really wouldn't want to know what I personally want. And whether you believe it or not, a lot of it is what you want, but this is not the time. Everything has to have a time. And some things are just not meant for you to have during your lifetime. You build the foundation, you build the platform so others can run with it. And eventually, chances are, you'll get what you want. You won't be around to see it. And also doing those things that way, you put rocks and boulders in your own way. You put obstacles in your own way that shouldn't even be there. And you make things harder than what it could. It's already a difficult road to walk. And you just make things hard on yourself. So, not only, I said very clear in one of those live streams, I made it very clear that I can support Brother Maurice in his efforts because it's still the Mississippi campaign. It was influenced by the Mississippi campaign. Why should I be upset? There's nothing to be upset about. But I have a problem in your saying that this is like the original Mississippi campaign. This is how it's supposed to go. No, it's not. That's not right. That's not right. That's your personal want. You want what you want when you want it. And you're still not going to see it in your lifetime. Because even if you talk about taking control of a city, it's not easy as you think. Much more difficult than you think. Again, the people are diverse. They're not going to accept what you're talking about. Now, then he began to, in order to sell his product, if you don't want to be around homosexuals and interracials or whatever, you need to get with us because we're not about that, you know. We don't promote homosexuality and interracial relationships. The Realities Temple do not advocate and do not support homosexuals or interracial relationships. I've been on YouTube since 2007. I do not advocate that. That's not what I'm about. However, I respect people and I understand why you do what you do, and there's no animosity, and that don't bother me at all. You could be transgender, you could be a lesbian or whatever you want to call it. That don't bother me at all. Stuff don't bother me now. Because I also know when you do things the right way, and if you have an understanding what causes these things, they will eventually begin to disappear because it's all in the mind. It's all unnatural and it's all in the mind. It's all because of the environment. But once you put the people in a new environment, you don't have to sit around and talk about the homosexuals do this and this also includes drinking and smoking and a whole lot of other things that we involve ourselves into. You don't have to run around here, don't smoke, don't drink, whatever. Put people in a better environment, and that better environment will produce a better people. It's simple as that. You don't have to go through all that. I got to teach people not to drink, and it's against God to be a homosexual. You don't have to go through all that. Make a better environment, and the people will become better. You don't have to go through all that. Because all of this is a product of the environment that they live in. No more, no less. They are what they are is because of the environment. So you need to change the environment. So, one of the aftermath of this Mississippi versus Mississippi thing is that I had a supposed to be debate with Brother Maurice, and really, it was one of the most shameful and most pitiful things I could have ever done. It's not a debate. I'm debating against my own idea. What is there to debate? The Mississippi campaign. Whatever Brother Maurice is doing, it might be different, but it's still the Mississippi campaign. It's still the same foundation. It's the same ideology. I'm debating myself. There's nothing else need to be said. These other things is Brother Maurice's personal wants. I don't need to debate that. That has nothing to do with the Mississippi campaign. And so I did feel shame because it took me out of my character. It took me off the path that I need to stay on. It was a very shameful thing. Now, at the same time that the Mississippi campaign was going on, I invested in African supremacy. Brother Craig had an idea he wanted to build an actual radio station. And I guess we would get a FCC license or something like that, or maybe just an internet radio station. I don't know exactly how it was going to be, but I invested, and I wanted to work with Brother Craig in order to make this a reality. And it was a platform. I wanted a platform just like Sonetta TV. That's what I wanted. Exactly the same type of thing, except anybody can come and bring their ideas or whatever on that platform. That was the difference, because Sonetta does not allow, he allows the people that he likes. I don't care if I like you or not. You have a voice here. Come on, bring it. I don't even have to be around. You don't have to say nothing to me. Just bring it. Get you a time slot and do your thing. But a devil always gotta raise his nasty head. Always. So the Negro, these little devils, start whispering in Craig's ear. Got myself, Brother Maurice, going back and forth. So here we are, 2020, 2 years later. All the hate, all the animosity, all the back and forth, all the backbiting, all this stuff. With people, listen, that claim they love us, but they love us so much, and the people say, why don't y'all stop this? And you won't stop, but you love them so much. I do this for my people, I love my people, but you involved in madness and insanity, and the people are telling you, stop, because I love all of you. We love all of you, stop it, but you won't stop. And so in 2020, what do anybody have? You have nothing. You might have a little taste going on, but the reality is, if you had stuck on the right path, as the Quran said, you would have more. But you're satisfied with the little tiddlywink tic-tacs that you got. Because I don't compromise. I'm doing my own thing. I don't need you. So eventually all these persons left the platform for whatever various reasons. And some of them I had to even ban. And the ones that I banned, they never cared nothing about Mississippi campaign anyway. They just want to come on here, show their face and run their mouth and just be seen. The difference between them and Brother Maurice is Brother Maurice understands the concept of what was put down by the Mississippi campaign. And then the devils that don't like the Mississippi campaign, period, they want to pretend they love Maurice or they love me and really don't love me or Maurice. So they want to destroy it. But what has happened is the Mississippi campaign idea is still strong. You have not destroyed anything. Maurice is the Mississippi campaign. I'm the Mississippi campaign. And Mississippi campaign has not died. You want it to die. You want it to go into oblivion. You want the idea to go into the access of hell so you can keep selling shoes or whatever these ideas that you had that don't work, because they don't work. You don't know whether or not, you don't know if Mississippi campaign will work or not. You're just running your damn mouth. You don't know. You want me to be a loser like you're a loser. You don't want to do no work. You just want to lay around and run your tacky ass mouth. That's all. So here we are. We don't have a radio station. Because like Malcolm said about the Nation of Islam, niggas messed it, the Nation of Islam up. And you look at Farrakhan today and you think Farrakhan got something going on. He do not. They're not going to tell you their personal business. It's not what you think that it is. And sometimes if you go to the right places and listen to the right live streams, you will hear that. They're not going to put their real business out on the street like that. They don't have leadership. Just a bunch of hype. They're not going nowhere. Everybody doing their own little tiny thing. I thought they're supposed to be pushing one program, moving forward, but they're not. Brother Ben X is doing his little thing. Rizzy is doing his little thing. Wesley doing. They're not acting as a whole unit, pushing the program. Everybody got to look out for themselves because that's what it's all about. It's division in the Nation of Islam. It's not unified. So with Farrakhan, the glue that make it look like it's seamless together, once that is off the scene, watch, it's going to all fall apart. Because they're not together. Everybody doing their own little thing. So we have no radio station at all. And so those who wanted that, I hope that they're happy. And the man who had an idea to want to get this done was not strong enough to fight for his own idea. Listening to these little devils that was jealous of him because nobody was giving them a dime for whatever they wanted to do. You got supporters, you got people supporting you, and you let the little devils get in your ear. And plus you was biased and prejudiced against the Mississippi campaign. And this temple of reality. Yourself. But the temple of reality was the only one supporting you, backing you up. And you know I don't give a damn about African supremacy and Pan-African and all that kind of stuff. Because that's not what the radio station was about. It was about bringing us together, all the ideas, allowing us to have a platform to express our views. That's what it was about. I never brought to you, I was biased against this idea or that idea. Didn't come out my mouth at all. It was always about diversity because we as a people are diverse. Bring the Christians, bring the Comedics, bring the More Science Temple, whoever you are, bring the Black Satanists, whoever you are, come here, get you a time slot and do your theory. That's what I wanted. And all the people will see the variety in that one radio station, and the people, because it's so diverse, they'll just run to one place instead of going way over here, go over there, go over here. Anything they want can be found right here on African Supremacy TV. But the man behind the idea wasn't strong enough to hold his ground and make his idea a reality. So it's destroyed and it's gone. But the Mississippi campaign, Operation Exodus Mississippi, still standing strong, still out here, still moving forward. The Mississippi Initiative by our brother Muhammad, still standing strong, still moving forward, still going. So what do that tell you? The Mississippi campaign still is alive. Whether it's me or brother Muhammad, Mississippi campaign still on and popping. When myself and brother Muhammad was together, an unstoppable force. You can't barely deal with me by myself. You can't hardly deal with brother Muhammad by himself. When you bring us together, y'all don't have nothing coming. You don't have nothing coming at all, period. Because we have the solution. We got the right program. You don't. You don't. And see, the thing about it is, once we have that split, all those people telling me this all in my ear, whatever, ain't do a damn thing for me, even to this day. Nothing. Nothing at all. But you're happy, but you like to see this division here. between myself and Brother Muhammad. All the back and forth or whatever. Angel don't do this, Angel don't do that. Well, help me show that what we represent is better. And you do nothing at all. 2 years. 2 years. Operation Exodus Mississippi YouTube channel has less than 200 subscribers. And nobody's offering any help to do anything. What do you want to add? Nothing. But it doesn't make any difference because I'm still going to push. I'm still going to push. I'm still going to do what I have to do. And Brother Muhammad is still doing what he thinks that he has to do. It's still the Mississippi campaign. It's not the original. It's not what it was founded upon, but it's still, as far as I'm concerned, it's still the Mississippi campaign. Because his presence still keeps the idea alive. Now, to bring us up to date, I received an email from Brother Muhammad, and he participated in that Black Power Summit in Coldwater, Mississippi. And I'm pretty sure he did bring and let them know about the Mississippi campaign, his version, of course. But he did let me know in this email that whenever he's able to take control of a city, the first one, on Inauguration Day, when they declare that they have accomplished their mission. And even though after all this went down, he wanted to invite me to share in the victory of doing such a thing. And I would accept that invitation because this shows, and I'm not about hatred. I don't hate people. I did not even want to ban those brothers, but they don't like me. They just want to be here for some kind of show. They showed their true colors. I don't want that kind of energy. I don't want that around me. Y'all go and talk and do whatever you leave me alone. You don't care nothing about the Mississippi campaign. You don't care nothing about the thing. You don't like a lot of things that I say here on this platform. So why do you want to be around me? You can't tolerate. You can't talk. You know I'm not going to let you slide. I'm going to smash whatever. If you bring that to me face to face, you know I'm going to drill you into the ground. That's what you are upset. The only thing you know how to do is try to cuss somebody out, and whatever you got is weak. Go somewhere where you can play with people on your level. You're not on my level. You're not going to be able to catch up with me. I'm fast moving, quick thinking, right down to the modern times. So it's best for you to go be an African or be some secular humanist, whatever you want to call yourself, and you just go and do your thing and leave me alone. It's best that you want to be some kind of American native, whatever you want to call yourself, and use your education. Go do that. Leave me alone. I don't have nothing to do with you. It's the Mississippi campaign here. And whatever argument you bring, I'm going to crush you. I'm going to smash you because it's the most realistic option and the best option for us as a people. You just a bunch of nothings that don't have nothing. You have nothing going on. Bunch of losers doing the same old stuff that don't work over and over again, hoping one day it's going to work. I'm not about that. And you don't like the fact that I bring the reality to your face. Now, so Brother Maurice said, and I don't care nothing about the past. The past is the past. What is done is done. I don't hate nobody. One day, the brothers that I banned, maybe one day you might see them. We might be together again. But at this point in time, it's not going to happen because they have an attitude and they don't want this. So why, if you don't want this and don't like it and got a problem with me and this, Why you want to hang around? Why you want to, I want to debate you. I don't want to debate you. There's nothing to debate. You're a loser. There's nothing to debate. You can't do nothing with me. I've had talks with all these people. You can't do nothing with me. Except get upset and emotional and cry. I don't have time for that. You're not on my level. You're too emotional. You're like a child. And you see all the comments that they have after I ban them or let them go. Listen to how they talk. You shouldn't even be upset. You should be happy. Go away. Do your thing. Leave me alone. But Brother Maurice reaching out and saying this because he told his people, you might not like this or whatever, but there would be, he told them the truth, facts. Today, I was listening to his broadcast. He told them, it's facts. If it was not for Brother Taalik sending him that email explaining the Mississippi campaign, we would not be doing what we got going on today. That's facts. It makes no difference about what happened in the past and the back and forth and blah, blah, blah. The reality is, if it was not for that letter, this is what kicked all this off. This is what gave me my strength. This is what inspired me to move and get us where we're at here. And that's facts. If there was no Minister Louis Farrakhan, Angel Snuff Nuff 7 would not be here. It makes no difference how I feel about Minister Farrakhan, Nation of Islam teachings, or whatever. That's just the fact. I'm going to give that man his credit. My experience in the Nation of Islam is the reason why I'm here today and the way that I am. I've got to give that man his credit. And Brother Maurice has done the favor and given it to me. This shows our ability to evolve and grow up. We got to grow up. We got to get out of this childish mentality. I don't hate nobody. I don't dislike nobody. But nobody's going to come here and disrespect my platform and disrespect me. I can have a civil court conversation with anybody. I'm not going to get mad and angry. You're not going to come here and try to make me be an African or a Kemetic or whatever the hell you think I am. I told you what I am. I'm like Popeye. I is what I am and I am what I am. That's it. You're not going to convert me to nothing. I am what I am. But you don't have no respect for nobody. You want somebody to be like you. I don't want to be like you. I've been there, done that. If I wanted to be like you, I would be you, but I'm not. I am what I am. We are who we are. I'm diverse. I embrace my Christians, my Kemetics, my Moor Science Temple, whatever. I talk about your faith and your belief in your, that has nothing to do with you as a person. We all should have the right. If you want to talk about the Mississippi campaign, that's your right. But see, these people do it in a nasty, evil, wicked type manner. And they make it personal against me. They have to try to make it personal against me because the Mississippi campaign idea, you can't do nothing with it because there's nothing wrong with it. Our people was doing it already. You're attacking them. You're not attacking me. You're attacking people trying to find themselves back in the day. Who knows where we would be if they were successful, able to be successful, if them terrorists, domestic terrorists, had not messed with them. So you're not attacking me. I'm like water on a duck's back. Don't stick. You're attacking the ancestors that you claim that you love, and the only ancestors that you really know about. You don't know about no ancestors in Africa or nowhere else on this planet. The only ancestors you really know about is right here in the good old United States or Snakes of America. So I don't hate Brother Maurice. And after all the stuff Brother Maurice and I went back and forth, he's not on my ban list because he never stepped way out there like these other brothers have done. I mean, just shown pure hatred and disgust because I won't do what they want me to do. I'm not your slave. I don't have to argue and debate with nobody. You don't tell, you got to debate with this man. I don't have to debate with nothing. Then the same man that he wanted to try to force me to debate, this guy got into it with another brother. Same funky attitude. Who want to mess with something like that? Then you had the faceless troll with an alternative motive, think everything is funny, think it's a comedy show. Oh, nothing to do with that. So then you had another brother try to force you to be an African. Well, you know you're African. And then they don't like you to talk about their ideology. That's not your ideology. You didn't create Pan-Africanism. I can say that you're not African. I have a right to my opinion. But see, the things that I say hurts because it's the truth. It's reality. And they cannot handle the truth. They cannot handle reality. That's your personal problem, not mine. So they have no respect for the truth. So you need to keep your ass in your delusions and your fantasies and your fairy tales, your human secularism or whatever you want to call it, your Pan-African fantasy world. You go there where you're comfortable. I have the right to tell people to leave that alone. Be careful about that. That's not right. I don't hate nobody. They have a problem with me. I don't have a problem with them. I want what is in the best interest of soul brothers and sisters in this country. After 500 years, you deserve better. You deserve a safe haven. You deserve a state. You deserve all the 10 states. But then nobody's going to give this to us. We're going to have to be smart enough to get what we deserve. And that's what the Mississippi campaign really is about. Taking control of a city is cool, but it's not enough. You need something big. If you can't do it big, you might as well. The same energy you took to get something small, you could have used that same energy and got something big. And now you've earned power. You earn respect, influence, all that kind of good thing. You got a state behind you. That little tiny town can't do nothing for the 40 million. But the state of Mississippi can help the 40 million. Get them on board the soul train. Get that army together so we can take this geographical area for ourselves. And let's do what we know that we can do. We can grow our own food. We can produce the factories. We can do all that. Take that money, that income from the state of Mississippi, juggle it around so it can benefit us. And get rid of all that waste, all those politicians that's in there in the government right now that throw money away. You're going to stop all that. And make it so you benefit yourself. Straighten, change the environment, change the minds of the people to a different way. Don't give them religion. Just show them, if you change your mind and we start thinking and doing this way, it'll be better for us. And it's better for the children, your grandchildren that you said that you love in the future. You working and doing this for what is in the best interest of your future generations, like our people done for us. We're not going to be alive to see this in this fulfillment or in its maturity. The only thing we can do, like the Quran said, "Oh Allah, we are the Allah. Oh Allah, put us on the right path." Get them going. Give them the idea. Give them the vision. Give them the guidance and put them on the right path. And they'll take us where we need to go. Has nothing to do with what I want personally or what you want personally. It's supposed to be about what is in the best interest of this people and where their minds are at right now so that you're able to work with them so they can get on the right path. You understand? You don't understand when you want what you want when you want it. That's not how things work. So on that note, maybe I'll come back and do this talk a little again, but I just wanted to put a little something out there. Thank you for listening. Jot down your comments. Let's talk about it. Until next time, y'all, as Don Cornelius used to always say, as important, I wish us love, peace, and soul.